I would like to make this 1 minute meeting a more kind of interactive session so that we all can actually understand what is blockchain, and and a part of that we can have a brief idea about like what is actually going on in this industry and how the softwares are being developed in this industry, and how what is the current rules that are there, so that we can make blockchain as a career. Blockchain as a career is a very nice option that we will see. And about me, I have around, as already Kanika told, so I have around 10 plus years of experience. And in blockchain, I am one of the early adopters of blockchain in India. So in 2017, I have started in development in blockchain. So in 2018, I have participated in multiple hackathons as well. So I will be discussing about that, and I will also show you guys a career path, because it's more important to understand the career path in blockchain, because blockchain is really a growing tech, and it will surely come up when you will be like 3 or 4 years of experience. One good thing in blockchain is um, it does not require, as of now, it does not require too hardcore knowledge to get into the field. So it's a very bright field too for all of you guys to enter. Because if you talk about might be Java or C Sharp, so there are industry expert already there in those technologies. And when you guys come up, uh, you are not bringing any extra addition to the team. You are a fresher. But in blockchain, you can be a master from the day one. So I would like all of you to listen about blockchain uh, in a very focused manner. And if you guys get bored, then I have added some of the memes in my presentation that you can see. And uh, so let me start. So as I already told you, what we are here for is like to get a overall picture of blockchain, and what kind of applications we are building, uh, and what kind of like infrastructure is required for the blockchain to come on scale. So these kind of things we will explore more. So let's just start. So we all have heard the name blockchain. I'm sure, correct? Like anyone would like to uh, like or already heard of blockchain before, then they might have heard that it's means when I got introduced. If I talk about myself in 2017, one of my friend told me, "Ki Kushal, yaar, there is Bitcoin in which we can invest." So at that time, Bitcoin was very cheap in 2016, and it was very cheap. So in 2017, it jumped the double figures. So I just started gaining the my focus about this technology, and more about in technology. I wanted to know like what is this which is actually uh, making it grow in like 1 year it is getting double. So at that time the interest in blockchain came, and I started exploring more. So first I attended one seminar in IIT Delhi. So that was by a very nice group, consensus. So we all attended that blockchain workshop and got a basic understanding. So that's what I am also trying to give you guys, the basic structure, so that you guys can start your career. And once again, blockchain is something which will add real value in your career if you guys start with blockchain. So blockchain is what is blockchain basically? So might be like you guys are already already building some of the software, so might be learning web development. So in that, what you guys do, you create a web page, you create a server, and you host your application on that server, and you run that application. So basically, most of the time, those kind of things are centralized about a single server. So that is a centralized kind of thing. Then a new thing comes up that we call it decentralized, in which we have multiple servers. you might have heard of like Facebook. How Facebook is operating? Facebook is not operating from a single server which is in US. They have servers around across the globe. So that is a decentralized kind of servers that they have, and they only manage. There is a always a governing body, that is Facebook, and or Google, which is a governing body of the network, complete infrastructure. But when we talk about blockchain, then there is no governing body. That is the main primary thing, um, or the importance of blockchain. There is no one who is governing the blockchain. They Blockchain is distributed network, distributed open network basically. So first I am trying to introduce you to the public blockchains, then we can go to private blockchain. So basically blockchain is kind of a public network that is open. If you see here, so we have different node, and no none of the node is actually no one is leading another, all are at the same level. So every node have the information of the other node, but no one can lead or like supersede some other node. So that is a distributed ledger. So how it will help? It will help in the way that you know, like if you are in a college, you know, okay, you have the faculties and those are running the college. And if you see, okay, there is, or you have the banking system, you know, okay, there are some people who are running that banking system, and you know there is some, they can be partial sometimes. They might give loans to those organizations whom they basically support. And this is what happens. We have seen lots of fraud or scams nowadays. What happens? Banking system just issues some kind of loan to the defaulters and they just run away. So why? Because there is some centralized power, but in blockchain structure there will be no centralized power. All the blocks are at the same level. So if I just also share a notepad or a paint, not a notepad. So suppose I have block A and block B. So all these blocks are connected by, so what these block have. So basically when we say okay blockchain, as of now we understood it's or you can think of blockchain um, um, a kind of ledger that we used to have in our um uh, might be accountancy or these kind of things, where we have a complete register in which we just keep on doing the entries. So it's a kind of ledger in which all the blocks are connected, and each block know okay it is connected to which of it last block. So that is the definition of blockchain. I think definition is clear to you guys, correct?
Yes, sir.
Because if it is not clear, we can discuss more on it. Because today my purpose of this talk is just to make you guys closer to the blockchain and the block as a blockchain as a career in the tech field and other fields which are available in the blockchain. So now what each block has. So what each block have some data. It has some hash and the previous hash. Previous hash means suppose this BB will have the hash of BA, and BA will have a hash of some of its previous node, might be B1. So in this way, this will have the data and this will have the hash. Up now, I think most of us already know, hash hash functions we have already studied in our books. Like what hash function do, we pass some input and we generate a we provide some kind of function that could be any hash algorithm, SHA1, SHA256. So there are multiple hash algorithms that we provide, and that generates a unique value. And the reverse of this is not possible. Means you, if I give you this code, you cannot directly generate the input. You need a decrypted message to actually reconvert it to the original text. So this is how basically your blocks are connected. So now your blocks are connected. So what we got to know is, suppose it's a register. In this register, this is a block. It is connected to the other block, and each block is having the information of the previous block, and these blocks have its own hash. Each block has its own hash. So now can we say that, is this hash is something which is making it safe? Like, I have, suppose the hash are getting generated, like hash 2, hash 3, and I am a hacker, or I am a general person who, suppose you think of this as your register. In this register, you have one entry with some hash 1, one entry with hash 2, one entry with hash 3, one entry with hash 4. And now, if I come to your hostel and I do what I do, I just change the hash of this to hash 40 and make it 30 and make it 10, 20. So somewhere this hash can be easily changed. So hash is not something which makes a blockchain safe. Hash is there to give the address to the block. That is correct. But how the blockchain is safe? Because this I can come and easily change it. Anna, correct. I can come and just have the same pan and change these numbers, and it will, or like if it is in a normal database, which like SQL Server database, I can just run a query and just update these records. So it can easily be manipulated. So how our blockchain are safe? So how these become safe? Till now it's clear, na, what I'm trying to say.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we have a concept of proof of work. What is this proof of work basically? Uh, Suppose your ma'am has given you an assignment, and suppose Kanika is doing the assignment, and Kanika is a good girl, she has done the assignment, and someone from her team comes up, might be some other girl that we can pick from the chat. I'm randomly picking it up, so don't think. The first one is Akansha. Akansha comes up and Akansha says, "Okay, Kanika, give me your copy. I just want to copy. I just want the same assignment which ma'am have given you." So what Akansha will do? Akansha will just copy paste the complete assignment, go to the printout shop, and she will. Uh, Akansha, don't feel offended. So Akansha will copy the exact whatever is there, and she will just complete her assignment. This is what she will do. But what 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 is there, how the ma'am will verify? So the verification process here in blockchain is basically the cryptographic proofs that we do. So it's a proof of work. Like Akansha has completed her work, so people will come and validate that. Might be Akansha mentor, or might be Akansha friends can come and say to the ma'am that yes, Akansha has done this work. So more number of votes she gets, that okay, she has done the work, it proves that the work is done by Akansha. So this is the proof of work concept, in which what we do, what we do, uh, suppose someone has done a transaction of, suppose, 1 bit, 0.1 Bitcoin. Uh, so uh, before coming to the Bitcoin, I will introduce the Bitcoin also here a bit. Uh, So blockchain is what I we got it. Okay, blockchain is basically the blocks which are connected, and Bitcoin is basically the same. Bitcoin, what happens whenever a transaction happens, that transaction gets stored in this block. So this block have that information of the transaction. So what is happening? As soon as a transaction happens in Bitcoin, a new blocks get added. So this is Akansha's assignment which got added here. So, but it is not verified. So we have a concept of proof of work, which says that all other people who are there in the network, they will come and say, okay, this work is done by Akansha. So they will start voting. And as soon as Akansha get more than 50%, 51%, means more than 50% means 51%, it means that yes, this work is done by Akansha. It is not copied. But it could be possible that there are few people who come and say, no, this work is not done by Akansha. So, and she closes the deal at 38%. Like she just got 38% of the vote of the network. So at that time, it means that this node have some problem. So what happens in the Bitcoin world or in the blockchain world, as soon as a transaction happen in any Bitcoin, I'm taking the example of Bitcoin because that is the most common cryptocurrency around here. So suppose a point to one Bitcoin transaction happens, so a block will be added. So there are miners. I what is the work of the miners is work of the miner is to validate that whatever is the hash being calculated for this new block is correct. Means whatever the work is done by Akansha is correct. So Akansha has completed the work. Other people will come and they will just say, uh, yes, this particular block is correct. So in this way, we validate it. So basically, proof of work is something which makes your uh, blockchain strong and basically safe. Like people are coming and validating it. So there, this is called consensus. Uh, consensus between the nodes, like some kind of contract between the nodes that okay, we agree that this particular block is added correctly in the blockchain. So we have multiple proof concepts like proof of work. Your Bitcoin uses proof of work. Your Ethereum uses proof of work. Proof of state is also there, but I think that that you will get to know as soon as you understand proof of work more. So it's bit different. But here first we will focus on proof of work because that is important for the starting of the blockchain. So is little bit things are clear or any doubt to anyone like uh, how things are getting means blocks are getting added and how the blockchain is safe by the proof of work concept where people or the nodes whatever the nodes we have seen here they are basically coming and validating okay this block is added correctly. So that is the proof of work concept. Is the things clear till now?
Sir, I have a doubt. So, how they are validating that it is authentic?
Okay. So basically you are asking how basically they are making sure like Akansha's friend is validating like how what is the process that she is validating. Very nice question. So how she is doing it? For that there are computations which happen to calculate that particular hash. So suppose this one is the assignment which was submitted or the blog which was added. So I think to make the question clear to everyone, like her question is like how the person who is coming up, how she is saying that okay, this is a valid block. So what that person do? It uses the computations to calculate the hash of the next block. The way so to explain it better, I will just move one step back. So suppose the transaction of zero point 0.1 Bitcoin happened. So there are miners. Miners are the people whose work is to calculate the hash of the next block. So as soon as the transaction, so it's not the one transaction. What happens? Suppose there are 100 transactions happened, and these all transactions, uh, the next they group them into one. Might be they are grouping 100 transactions together, and all the miners are the person who are validating. So all the miner, what they do, they start mining and they try to uh, create the hash of the next block. So there are uh, large number of electricity consumption which happens, and large number of computations happen which actually calculate the hash of your next block. So suppose I am the first one, Kushal is the first one who calculated the hash of this. So others are also calculating. So others are also calculating through their computational logics. So they are also calculating in the same way. And as soon as they also get the same result, they will say, okay, this is the correct answer. So they have to show that okay, they have done some work. So work, how they are showing it? By the computations which they are doing behind the scenes. So that computation logic they have to basically uh, show it and do it in their systems, and because of that the energy consumption is also there. So what happened, there are means big computers or with big hardwares are there who try to calculate the hash based on the transactions, and that work done, whatever is like energy consumed during the calculation of that all calculations, that particular work is basically the proof of work, that okay, I have done the work to calculate the hash. The other person will also have to register his proof of work, that okay, this much work he has done to calculate. So after that only a block gets validated. I think little bit it answers your question.
Yes, sir.
So it's a nice question. Means because that is the uh, main problem which we are seeing in the proof of work concept. Because if you see here, the electricity consumption for the proof of work is very high. So you cannot just I have added this cartoon to show like you cannot just add a extra wire to your neighbor and start doing the mining. Mining actually needs a lot of electricity, a lot of computations, and a lot of heavy hardware systems to basically calculate the next block hash. So how much energy we are wasting per day on the this computation? It's more than I think once more than 12 crore kilowatt, which is much higher than uh, monthly average of an Indian household, that is 250 kilowatt. So this much energy is being used to calculate the uh, consensus, or like to calculate the hash of the next block. Now one thing also I told you in between in this like here the person Akansha has to get the 51% of the consensus, otherwise that block will not be valid. So what happen usually, like there is a concept of attacks. So can my blockchain be attacked? Yes, we can attack a blockchain. How we can attack it? Suppose I am very powerful. These are the correct block. I will just, I think, increase this a bit. When I say I am very powerful, I am very powerful in the terms of computation, or like I have heavy servers. So this is the correct blocks which are getting added to the blockchain. Like, and one thing which I mentioned just before as well. One block doesn't mean only one transaction. One block can have hundreds or thousands of transactions. So how this is being taken into account? This is just based on some of the calculation. Like okay, last block took around 20,000 transactions, so we next will also take around 20,000. So that all things are very basic. You can whenever you are reading it, you can read it more on this. So what happened? Suppose what I did, I just uh, this is the correct block. After that, I have added a wrong block. So my green one, this one is the wrong block. So I have added this and I start adding the blocks further. And it can possible like uh, um like I have a blockchain in suppose I have a blockchain and it has only 10 miners and all the 10 miners are my friend. You know, means all the 10 miners are my college mates and all are my friends. And people are investing in my blockchain heavily. Like they are investing money and very heavily. And our blockchain is using proof of work. So what I did, I have consumed the energy and everything. I have calculated the hash and I said, okay, uh, uh, this is the hash of my next block. And I have told other miners as well, okay, this is the hash I have got. And instead of denying my request, they are just validating my request. That okay, this is the valid. So what a person what a person gets when his blocks get added? He gets around 50 bitcoins on the spot, and the validators also get few, but the person whose block get added, he gets 50 bitcoin, or means whatever the my blockchain is, suppose k k blockchain, so 50 kk will get added. So what will happen? Proof of work, all these people will do the work and they will come to the same consensus ki okay, we have done this much of work and uh, this is a correct valid block. So in this way people try to hack the blockchains. So but what happened in the public blockchains? In the public blockchains, uh, like we have a Bitcoin. So in the public blockchains like Bitcoin, we have seen in the past as well, and it's calculated as well. Like to like to fork or like to do some kind of attack on the Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is already grown that much big that if I have if I have to add a wrong block inside my blockchain, then I have to recalculate all my previous blocks. So the recalculation of Bitcoin will take more cost than the adding a correct blockchain. So hacking a Bitcoin is not easy, but yeah, hacking a blockchain which is not very big or like which has not mined many blocks, it is easy. So that's why uh, we have to be like we should have a good knowledge of blockchain before doing any kind of things in or playing with blockchain, like which blockchain is safe, which even when we are developing as well, we should know that okay um, how this blockchain can be hacked. So in this way you can hack your anyone can hack your blockchain. He can change all the block addresses, but doing this for the Bitcoin is not possible. Means Bitcoin cannot have a DDoS, means distributed uh, DOS effect. So that is the one thing. So now what should we do? Like, shall we start mining? We have seen that it takes so much electricity consumption. So if you are thinking of starting a mining business, don't think. Just leave it for others. Let them do it. Okay. अब should we buy or should we start buying any Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency? So many cryptocurrency get launched every day. Even you can create your own. So this is where your knowledge of blockchain will help. You got to know, okay, how the blocks are being added, and uh, what is the proof of work concept, which is actually adding the block in the chain. So we don't have to buy the bitcoins. We don't have to uh, start investing blindly in the cryptocurrencies, which is going on nowadays. So what is there in the development phase? Like why we are here discussing blockchain as a career? If it is just a cryptocurrency or it's just about money, so it's not just normal normal chain in which blocks are getting added, and it's secure. Obviously no one can all our transaction in this, you don't have a name or address. Like I cannot have a Kushal Seth and my uh, means Kushal Seth and my particular password. Means now now your actual blockchain just have a address, the hash. It doesn't have any other credential. And if you forget the key of your wallet, then it means your all the money gone. And it's already seen that around 130 billion dollars already lost because of this, because people forget their wallet keys. So now the work of the developers comes up. Developer work doesn't only comes up here, means this is also one part in the cryptocurrency, but yeah, the other parts are we develop other kind of application. Why blockchain? I think if we come to the why blockchain part first, let me come to the why blockchain part first. So why blockchain? First of all, trust. We have created a trust while validating our proof. Like we have validated, okay, this block is added because, and added and validated. So it's not governed by a single person, it's not governed by a single party, or could be a single group. It's robust. Means once it's written, it cannot be reverted, or there will not be, like, we can say, okay, some transaction error has happened. If it is written, then that means it's written. Okay. Verifiable, you can always verify your any transaction. If it is online, uh, online means public blockchain like Bitcoin, Ethereum, you can always verify your transaction. The same comes up for the private blockchains as well. Okay. Data that a user is uncorrupted, unaltered, that we have already discussed. Transparency, there is always a transfer, you can always go back. This is transparency. Why I'm telling you the use cases of uh, like if you're facing any kind of these issues, then the blockchain is a valid case. So think of these, and then when we are discussing the use cases, you can see how we are relating this to that. So it's a decentralized, that transparency, it's always transparent. Like you can always check what is going on or what has happened in the past. So if I take some examples, I think the best example, which actually even most of the companies are already working on that use case, is the property. I think we all know in India there are, means we have the ancestor properties, my papa ka property, my grandfather property, grandfather son property, then father property. So where are the papers? They get sometimes get lost, or sometimes what happened, the political leaders, or like the local political leaders, if we go to the um, small towns where there are big gundas, what they do, they actually try to just take the property of the poor people, and people don't have any proof that that property belongs to them because they don't have a papers. So are you seeing a use case here of blockchain? If we start creating the block based on the property IDs, if we start creating the ID for the property, suppose I have a house, I will create a house number and the plot number as my uh, blockchain blockchain transaction ID, and in that I can say, okay, this property belong to me, and it will be written. So even if a gunda comes up, no no one can defend that because it's already written in the blockchain. It proof of work is already done on it. All whatever the consensus algorithm is, might be proof of state or proof of work, means some kind of work is already done on that to prove it that okay, this property belongs to me. So are you guys able to relate somewhere here, like where we are thinking blockchain as a software development, not as a only as a cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is good. Bitcoin is the biggest example of that. There are so many advantages. We uh, your account is never no one can directly access your account. Hacking, trust, all these things are there. So think beyond cryptocurrency. We have seen a Bitcoin as the biggest example. It's working, it's good. But what about the other use cases that we are getting from the core of this technology? Core was whatever the transaction is written, it's written and it's validated and it can be verified. So that is a very big use case of um, that is one of the big use case of using blockchain as a technology, where we will be creating blocks in which we will be entering the addresses of the houses, and we will be putting the transaction in the blockchain and let the proof of work done. Whosoever is doing the mining, let that person do the mining, but we are putting our uh, main transaction there. This is one of the use case. Are you able to relate somewhere this example to the blockchain that we have just discussed?
Yes, sir.
Any other thing that you guys feel like if you guys can just do that, it can be a good example of uh, having a blockchain where you might have seen that okay, the transactions are easily ignored, or like if this goes into the blockchain, it will help us to create a ecosystem which cannot be uh, touched, or we don't have to worry about like hundreds of years it can easily work. So uh, means truly saying you will find hundreds of use cases once you get into blockchain. When I started blockchain, um, means after few months I was like everything can be done in blockchain. So that is the power of blockchain. uh, the way our systems are currently and the way it will be in future will be different. So people and the organizations are working on those use cases and validating those use cases, how that can be developed as a scalable solutions. So what are the what what we call them? So uh, the other big blockchain apart from Bitcoin is a completely cryptocurrency based. It doesn't allow much things, but we have a Ethereum. That is another coin that all the other coins usually called altcoins. You can think in this way. So Ethereum is another blockchain which is there. So Ethereum provide you different kind of tokens. So there is a token called ER 20. So ER 20 token, what it does? ER 20 token, what it does is basically uh, kind of token on which you can create some kind of applications. Or you might have heard of NFT, non fungible tokens. So what are NFTs? Might be you have heard of like people have added their paintings in the blockchain, and now that painting costs this much. So that is a very strong use case of blockchain. What they are doing actually, I will just show you. uh, Suppose I created a blockchain. I have created a blockchain of all the singers of India. what I said, ki, okay, all the singers, I will try to register their work. And do you know why it is uh, very important at this age? Because if you know, like the people who are born now, like usually in 80s to 95, they are called millennials. In the same way, the people who are born before our independence, or like in I think 1930 or 40s, those people have created very nice work, and now those people are uh, like their work is getting lost with the time. So how we can preserve those work? Like we also have a great singers, we also have great leaders in India, and whose work are getting lost because you cannot always have them in paper, so you cannot always have them in some non-digitalized way. But here, what happens if I create a blockchain of all the singers? What I will do, I will suppose I have used Ethereum. Ethereum also works in the similar way that we were discussing about Bitcoin, and it also have proof of work concept where miners will mine the next block. So what I will do, I will create a private blockchain, means blockchain from the Ethereum itself. So here I will add all the singer, its music details, and other things. Might be his detail, other जो भी, and that particular thing gets added in the blockchain. So there are two different. One is ERC20 token and one is NFTs. So first, let me talk about ERC20 token. In this, what we do, we whenever any transaction happen, so there is a concept called gas. So to make any transaction, you have to consume some gas. When you say consume some gas, you have to consume some ETH. Might be your Ethereums. So you have to consume some 0.001 Ethereums. So that is the gas that get lost whenever do you do a transaction. So in this way, my single list will get added to the Ethereum, and whenever anyone want to validate कि, okay, this singer have some of this work, so what it can do. So application structure would be something like this. If we talk about normal, I told you to create a web application. How you will do it? You will create a web application. You will create a DB, and it's a singer. Singer will do some web transaction. Data is saved in the DB, and whenever someone is buying it, you will return this. But now I want, and this web will be always be with someone. Might be today it is with Kushal, and Kushal don't want the Kushal knows, okay, I have all the singer's original work and I increase the price. I increase the price to 10, 100 times. But this kind of monopoly can easily be broken with blockchain. What will be done in the blockchain? As soon as the transaction will happen, a code will be generated. Suppose ABC. So this code will belong to a singer. So that singer, what he can do, he can say, you can go to this blockchain, you can enter this, and if there is any cost involved in getting the document, you just pay that and you will get the original copy. So in this way, piracy can be avoided, duplicacy can be avoided, and there will not be any monopoly of any particular person over the data or over the content. It's like open. Anyone can go and always get the original. Now what happened? Usually, all the good papers, all the white paper, research papers are with the big organization or the big institution. IIT have so many good papers, and or this MIT have so many good papers, and if you have to buy them, you have to go to a MIT store, and they sell their case studies, and you have to register. So much process is there. But if those things come to the blockchain, then we can easily just take out directly using the code. So this is what is the power of blockchain? So I will just show you one more use case that I have developed in one of the hackathon that our team have won in 2018. This was one of the biggest hackathons in 2018 that happened. So that was the odometer. Uh, we all have cars, we all have bikes, and if you know, like, you can easily temper your odometer. You can just cut the wire, and you can just say, okay, this odometer is not working, and when you have to sell it, you can rejoin the wire and say, okay, my bike has only run for the 10,000 kilometer and I charge this much because it's totally new, and it actually happens in the resale market. So this was the uh, product idea that we have created in a hackathon. Warranty frauds. People, what happen usually, suppose I buy a personal vehicle and I am running it on a commercial, as a commercial vehicle, then obviously my consumption is more, means I am using my private vehicles are not used as much as the commercial vehicles. So there the wear and tear increases, and the company have to pay more to the buyer because he has taken that particular car for the private, but he is using it as a commercial. So com- insurance company or whatever the parent company have to pay the customer more because uh, his might be some parts are broken, but they are not tested for the commercial uses or insurance benefit. Usually what was happening in the insurance industry, even when you go each year your car value deprecate, but if you do some kind of fraud, your car value cannot be exactly calculated. Usually people pay out money and increase the car value. There are ways to do that as well. Even there are ways you can reduce the car value. So that all is kind of problems that are there in the market. Even your resale market. Suppose for this study we have taken from the UK because the competition was uh, for the UK level as well. So we have taken the data for the UK, but yeah, in India as well. In UK, 51% of the car is of the resale market. So see, resale market, you can do all these frauds and increase the value of your car when you are selling it. So now think, can you solve this with blockchain? Can you think something which can give you an idea here? If we do this in blockchain, then yeah, something can be done. So yes, the solution that we provided was based on the blockchain. So this was the soft hardware cost that we have calculated, but how it was, we are putting a device in the car that was continuously taking the detail like torque, fuel consumption, or accelerator pedal, or engine speed. These kind of details are continuously. The IoT device is continuous. So we have created IoT device, and that device was continuously taking the reading from your car, and it was sending to the application server and entering the data to the blockchain. So so what will happen, that data here your if you see blockchain, whenever any application of blockchain comes into picture, it's a bigger application. Your data science will come into picture, your IoTs will come into picture, your cloud will come into picture. So whenever a blockchain application will come, it will be a bigger application where um, you will be working on the all the latest tech. So this data will go into the like what we were doing, we were getting the data every second, and we were finally uh, making a bunch together and making single transaction in the blockchain. So as I told you, there is always a cost to write something in the blockchain, and that's why we have a separate distributed databases to save the files or images. So for that, we have saved it into the separate file server, that was IPFS server, and the hash whatever we got, we were saving it in the blockchain. So that the transaction is minimal. So this was a use case that we have worked on. Like, are you guys able to relate somewhere, like how we are thinking of the use cases of the blockchain? Like wherever there is a problem, there is a problem everywhere of the data systems, or uh, the data how it's being stored, or uh, data manipulations. Wherever there is a problem of these, you can always have a blockchain based solution. So, like, does it sound something closer to the use case of blockchain to you guys?
Yes, sir, it does.
So, just to show, we have one more use case which is very close to our reviews. So usually we do reviews on our system. My means we give reviews about different products online, and we know all these are basically uh, driven by the whosoever are the influencers. So we have created a solution. That was another competition that we have created this solution. So we were trying to work on the fake reviews, fake payments, or the influence of the big players, or the influence of the influencers. So I will just show you one very small video link if that works, so that you guys can actually see how is transaction happening. And are you able to are you able to hear something?
Yes.
and I feel this person should be rewarded. I'm going to upvote. It will trigger the MetaMask and ask for the confirmation. I process it, and that vote casted successfully to blockchain. So as soon as I do it, the specific reviewer will get a fraction of second, fraction of ether. If you look at it, 0.001 ether has been added into original reviewer account, and vote has been upvoted. Similarly, if there is a downvote, as I said, there is a limit.
Uh, so this is one of the how your application works. So this is one of the demo that we have created for this Ethereum blockchain. In this, we have added this use case. So in this way, your blockchain work, blockchain development is very easy, but very interesting. Not like your um, normal. I mean, obviously, most of the things are very similar, but yeah, actually doing the transaction in the blockchain is very interesting. All other part is much same. We are creating the web application, node, all that Java, .NET, whatever you are using, that's okay. But actually doing the transaction on that particular thing is very interesting. So other industry use cases, medical data. Medical data is a very important use case where we are using it. So in medical data, what we are doing it, organ donation is a very strong use case of blockchain, because organ black market of organ donation is very high. Like it's like uh, uh, people are doing like just taking out the organs, and there is no tracking, no government systems are there. So that is one of the best use case. So where we have won the second prize, this organ donation won the first prize, because yeah, that is a much more stronger use case. NFT market. NFT, I have already told you, like one people are now adding their work to uh, the blockchain, so that anyone in the future can easily access it. And it is a very strong use case in other sense as well. Like suppose I have created one, I am a singer, I have created something, and uh, I am now old, so I can easily tell to my son that okay, you just take this. This is my ID, and all the money whichever comes up, you can easily take it from there. Or could be this is my property. This is the ID of my property. You just keep it safe. It has all the detail of mine. So these are the strong use cases that will actually the long term solution for the for this kind of thing, where records can easily be manipulated, or might be the way record is being saved get changed. Cross border payments, real time IoT operations, IoT solution I have already showed you that we have also used in that car, uh, basically car insurance and all those things. Anti laundry tracking system. So these are all the solutions. So, but always when you will start working on blockchain, you will you pick any case around you. You whatever you do in your next week, just see and check whether can you fit blockchain. Can there be trust be created between the transactions? So if that can be done, then it can be done by blockchain. So this is a very high. There are so much high use cases of blockchain, and to be very frank, there are very less people who are actually doing the development on blockchain. There are many people who are doing the cryptocurrency, who are trading, but I feel instead of going in that direction, come into the software development of the blockchain and use the power of blockchain as your web developer, or could be any kind developer. Data science developer, you have blockchain, perfect. AI developer, you have blockchain, nothing can be better. IoT with the blockchain is the best use case. So what you can do as a blockchain blockchain, you can be a developer, you can be a consultant, you can be a security expert, because there can be security issues in your product. You can be a product director or analyst. So there are lines open for you. I would say that you go, just start your blockchain journey, and you will surely find it really helpful. Really helpful in the sense, uh, people think of doing MBAs after your means MBAs, or might be you guys are, many of the people are might be thinking of starting some of their own. But blockchain is a, or like might be traveling to some other country. You will get calls from outside country to your home to work on blockchain. That I am assuring you. If you make your presence in blockchain, so how you can be any of these blockchain legal address, they, blockchain is basically getting developed slowly. Companies are working on R&Ds and small projects. So it's a good time to enter. There are no expert. It's not like people will start asking you how to invert a binary tree. It's it's a it's not that tough. I mean, they will just ask you very basic. Okay, do you know how does a transaction work in a blockchain? Or have you ever created any application on a blockchain? So these are very small questions that people are asking. It can be a very nice career. And to be very frank, if you are just passing your college, then blockchain is a gold in your hand. So now what to do? But don't do a startup. Do anything, don't do a startup, because learn blockchain first, understand, create some projects, participate in hackathons. There are so many good hackathons happening in India. Go participate there, and then you can do anything like starting something of your own. So this is 100 days of blockchain was initially 2018. We were 3 4 developers that we used to usually put our content to. So I'm not putting it right now, but yeah, this is a good way. First of all, you should have a system of Ubuntu or iOS. Windows is not preferred. I have worked on Windows and I struggled a lot to do development on blockchain, because there are so many issues that comes up when you do development on Windows. So my suggestion is try to use Ubuntu iOS, but don't sit back at your home and say that no, I don't have Ubuntu, I cannot start blockchain. You can start on your Windows. I developed on Windows for 1 year, and the application which I was showing you, the first application of that car fraud system, that was that I have developed on my Windows system. But later, when I was advancing towards blockchain, I was facing multiple issues with the keys and all. So I just moved to Ubuntu. But for starting, Windows is also very good. Don't worry that window. Even my, if you need any help, you can connect with me, because I have solved so many Windows issues when I was developing. How you can start? First, prepare your system, read about Bitcoin white paper. I know, like, it's a different way of learning. See, uh, when you how you learn about the web development, you directly pick a course. You know so many good teachers, but for evolving technology, it's always good to read the white papers. You will get to know. You will get to know. Okay, what was there in the mind of the creators. So read about that. First, start with ERC20 token, Ethereum. This, as soon as you start, you will start understanding. Okay, this is how private blockchain is getting created. Solidity is the programming language that we use. So start, you can start Solidity. And Crypto Zombies is a very nice learning platform in which you can learn all the basics of blockchain. So use this cryptocurrency, oh, Crypto Zombies. Create your first private blockchain that you will easily able to create if you go through any of these. And I think I have some of the examples in my GitHub as well, so you can take it from there. And then later you can come to dApps, Web3, and ERC 721. So this is to start with. If you, I say that today only I have to start, go to your home, just pick up your system, open Solidity dot whatever org or something, just see how it is, start creating some small application. So pick up from there and start reading some of the I will not say that you just start from Bitcoin white paper and stop, because Bitcoin white paper is not easy, to be very frank. I have read it and it takes a lot of means lot of efforts which are not required to start. Just for the learning purpose, later you can pick. Today only you have to start. Just go home, open Solidity website, open Crypto Zombies website, and start learning. Or open Ethereum website. Any three you can open and start doing some work. Just open, create some small project, or just Solidity first program, hello world you create, and try to make a presence in blockchain by posting 200 days of blockchain on Twitter, and I am also there, so you can connect with me there. And these are some of the good sources. I will share on the chat as well. But don't buy any courses, very heavy courses. There are so many heavy courses available which are charging you 1 lakh, 70,000, 90,000. Before doing your initial 5 6 weeks of work, don't buy any course. You are free. So this much is good to get you started, and after that you can always check what kind of course or what kind of certification you want. But still, I will say don't go for very costly courses. Now coming to the question which might be you, many of you may have, like, is cryptocurrency banned in India? Yes. See, since last 4 years, when since I am there in blockchain and crypto world, I have seen like multiple times the law government ask from the community where people like we, like you, can also be a part of it, because it's a uh, emerging technology where people are actually basically they are actually working on the core things. They are actually working on the initial part of the blockchain and initial part of the technology. So you can also be a part of it and suggest to the government like what steps they should take, what kind of cryptocurrencies they can ban, they should ban, and they should continue. What is the importance of the blockchain applications? What kind of applications can be helpful and what kind of application can be harmful? So all those answers you will understand as soon as you start learning about it in a technical way, not just like okay, today the market of Bitcoin is jumping, we just invest. Don't invest in cryptocurrency. Means this is my personal advice, rest all up to you guys. But first understand, first learn, understand the blockchain properly, so that all, there are so many blockchains are there, what they are for. Each blockchain has a use case. Understand the use case of that particular blockchain, why it is there, why Ethereum is there, why IOTA is there, why Polkadot is there. So there are multiple blockchains are there. You understand their uh, concept, why they have launched that blockchain, what is the purpose of that blockchain. So uh, then only I think you can be a good uh, blockchain based professional. So this is all from my side. If you guys have anything want to discuss, want to know more, or like something you guys have missed in between, I am open to again repeat. So please let me know.
We have a question in the chat box. How can
Oh,
artists utilize NFT in safe way?
how can artists utilize NFT in the same way? So how can artists basically, so what you have to do first, you have to understand like which NFT, uh, first understand means if I am getting what I'm getting from the question is if you want to put your content on the NFT and give it to someone, then first understand how that NFT, how you can put that content in the NFT. Because what is happening, people are creating their customized NFTs and putting it. So you have to first check whether that NFT is actually a correct NFT and how you can get to know about it. You just go to the basic. What kind of consensus it is using? Is it using proof of work, or on which platform it is on? If it is on a private blockchain, might be it is on kushalsaidblockchain.com or Kushalsaid blockchain, uh, then that is there is some problem. But if it is properly on ERC 721, then just check how it's being created, and then you can reutilize it, or like give it to someone, and you can use it as an asset. So
Yes, students, any other questions? Thank you, sir, for such an informative session. Myself, Dr. Suruchi Chawla. Currently, I am a teacher in charge of CS department. We are very grateful that you spare your time for us and give us such an informative session on blockchain, and you encourage students how they can proceed further in this direction, and you very well explain how they should go about for if they want to go further for the blockchain, how they should proceed, and they should I hope they will be definitely will be benefited. They should read more and more white papers, and also go for real time projects. Thank you, sir. I have one question, sir, not related to blockchain, but like suppose how like you have 10 years of experience, industry experience. When did you realize that yes, I should now should now become an entrepreneur, and I should start on my own? So I'm just asking from the point of view of students that
yeah.
how one should realize, yes, now I should start on my own, because we have also entrepreneurship cell in our college, and I think this could also be a guidance, like how did you decide, like, yes, I should start my own?
Uh, 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 Thank you, ma'am. First of all, so I would like to tell to everyone, like when you are just jumping in to anything you want to do, don't directly first see a bigger picture. How you can, are you thinking in something which is scalable and which is actually going to make, or which is actually going to do something, or are you going to work? Because usually what I have seen, what people are doing, they are creating small websites, and they are wasting their talent. Because a bigger application in whatsoever field, like might be you are, since we all are in computer science, so I think I can relate to the computer science here. So when you start your career, first learn how you can make a bigger applications instead of directly jumping in. Because if you directly jump in after college and you prepare some small website, that is not going to actually help you and anyone, because that skill set is of your college level. First you understand whether you have got that much skills to develop a application that can handle a large number of users. If you have that much knowledge, then it's good that yeah, you can decide, okay, now it's a time I can create something on my own. But before that, if you just, most of the people I have seen, like they just have uh, basic knowledge of the things, and they just jump in, and after 3 4 years they just get stuck in that. Or might be they started with React, and they will just get stuck with the React, or they start with WordPress and they stuck with the WordPress. They start their companies, and their companies cannot scale up. Because in software development, one thing which I can assure to everyone here, whosoever, in software development, at least for next 5 to 7 years, the career is very bright. If you are a good student, not a very good student who knows data science and who knows data structures and algorithms, if you are a good person who knows how to create good application updated with the technology, you can easily crack a uh, very good career and very stable career, and a good earning career as well. Instead of, so first try to reach that level, or try to reach that much knowledge that you can easily create something which is scalable instead of just getting stuck into the small technology world. So that is the one advice which I must give to everyone.
And so, like we have in BSc Honors Computer Science, we have programming papers also, and we have other papers in other domains like operating system and DBMS. So, how does we industry? There are many domains. How does student can self realize? Yes, this is the area I should go about. What basic skill set one should have so that that student can switch to any domain? Like, is there anything common that you found that there are so many domains going on in the industry? How does the student realize that? What are the basic skill set that the student has so that he can switch to any other any domain? Like we say there are so many areas like web application development, android application development, but how the student is matlab, is there, like you have been in industry for so many years, what did you realize that should we include something we should add on in our, like we have basically programming based and OS and something, what should we add on in our curriculum, or how does the student prepare him herself before she step out for the placement in industry?
I must say, like when anyone enters, see what happens when anyone enters in the industry. The things that we expect from a fresher is the basic of whatever he has learned or she has learned. Might be she has, if if she knows, okay, what is multi-threading or the basic things she knows, then she is a good candidate uh, for the software industry. But there are people I have seen who are like mostly they know lot of things, but they don't know the very basic thing. So those kind of candidates we sometimes reject them because usually sorry, usually what happens, those kind of candidates have not gone in the basic of the things and they don't know, so it will be tough for them, for us also to like fit them in any particular position. So if they know the basic of any particular language, a programming language, they know, they should know uh, a normal, I can say some object oriented concepts she knows, and your data design concepts basic she knows, and web development or mobile development, whatever, it's okay. Because nowadays when we develop application and we grow up, like if you are in the starting phase, it's good, like they can give you anything, like they can give you, okay, now you can go to mobile team and work on the mobile application, you can come to the web team and work on the web application, or you can directly if you have a data science background, then you can come to the data science teams. But they should be knowing the basics of the things,
Yes.
and then they can easily fit in anywhere.
Means whatever they study, they should know the basic concepts like data structure or algorithm or any language. Thank you, sir. There are some questions in the chat box. I think Anna, please. Uh,
There's a question. Did you suffer any loss? If you did, how did you overcome that? And the other is blockchain network trustable? Because like there is always a fear of doing online in particular website is trusted or not while giving one personal details.
Okay, so to answer the first question, did you suffer any loss? If you did, how you overcome that? So if you are a developer, you will not suffer any loss for sure. You will always be using the test accounts, and you will always be having your test networks on which you will be working on. But yeah, there are people who invest in crypto, they suffer losses. Why they suffer? Because of multiple reasons. First, they invest without understanding what the blockchain is. How it matters is because there are three main blockchains which are there: Ethereum, Bitcoin. If you leave them, people try to invest in new blockchains because then only they will get the returns. but they don't understand like who is running those blockchain. It might be me who might be not knowing anything, and I'm just started a blockchain, and the rate is getting increased. Might be because of marketing and something, and one day I will just close it, and no one can catch me because if you don't know, because the biggest uh, advantage or like biggest thing is even no one knows who is Santoshi Nakamoto, who has started the Bitcoin. No one knows in the world who has started the Bitcoin block. People know the name, but who is that person? Where is he? Is he alive or is it dead? No one knows it. So don't invest in blockchain. Invest in blockchain as a career. Try to learn it. When you will learn it, you will understand, okay, this is a product which will boom in future, and then you can invest in that so that you will not suffer the losses. And always say save your keys for the encryption and decryption, because once that is lost, no one can recover. Means no wallet, no one can recover. There are security tools which are getting developed with the time. So I think those will be used in the future. But as of now, I would say that you learn the basics of multiple blockchain, understand multiple blockchains, and then start investing your time instead of your money. Money, don't invest in blockchain. Invest time, understand, and in future when it will be legal in India, you can always having a basic so that you can easily go and invest. Is the blockchain? I think that answers the question. Or um,
Yes, sir, it does.
is blockchain network trustable? Because like there is always a fear doing online and particular website is trusted or not. So see, uh, Khushbu, if I talk about blockchain network is trustable or not, blockchain as a technology is trustable. People working in blockchain cannot be trusted directly. To be very frank, you cannot directly trust any website and provide your credential. That's why I told you. Means everyone here understand. If you get the basic knowledge, you will be understanding. Okay, this wallet may have this problem, might be after like it is just like the stock is starting in 1990s. People who were investing in stock, they were knowing, okay, what is the problem with the current stock. Now it has become a trend. Now there are apps who are trustable. Now there are systems who are trustable. We all know, okay, how to do the trading. But in Bitcoin it's not like that. There is no rule. There is no one can. You trust blockchain, you don't trust the people. So to trust blockchain, you have to understand the technology. You have to understand, okay, these people are working on this technology. This is the purpose why they are working on this technology, and then you will get an idea. Okay, this blockchain will be is a good option. Then you can share your details with that. Crypto wallets and all, don't give your credential to everyone. Not all. There are very few. I will not name it because it will be recorded. But yeah, uh, there are few who are started by some of the very nice developers whom I know 4 to 5 years back. They are now started some of the wallets, and it's national level wallets. So first understand, and once you get the basic knowledge, you can always go ahead and trust. Blockchain is trustable. People in blockchain are still not trustable. I think that somewhere gives you a courage to learn. Thank you everyone. I
Thank
think
you,
I
sir.
have to leave for some of the office work. But yeah, always feel free to connect with me on any of the media, whichever you like, Twitter, email, Gmail, LinkedIn. And thanks a lot, everyone, for
Thank
your
you. So in
time.
future also, we will like to have a session like this only for our fest or for some other occasion in our department.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks a lot. Thank you,
Thank you,
Kanika.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank you,
sir.
everyone. And do blast. in your whatever the competitions are there. Enjoy it,
Yes,
Thank
sir.
and
you, Kushal.
you must try
Thank
some
you, sir.
lessons in it. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you, Shipra. Bye bye.
Next, to mark the success of 12 glorious years of Tech Melange, I would like to welcome our guest speaker, Ms. Shipra Kesavani. She is an alumna of our college of batch 1010, the batch which marked the start of our departmental fest, Tech Melange. She is currently the technical lead at Bolt Technologies with 8 plus years of experiences of designing innovative user-friendly products and services for clients that are positively impactful for their businesses. She has previously worked in travel, financial domain and is currently working with the products in the career domain as a full stack developer.
Welcome, Shipra. Nice to see you.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning, ma'am.
Welcome, Chitra. How are you, Vita?
I am good, ma'am. How are you? It feels so good
I'm
to be
also.
connecting with you back. All I really miss my days at college.
That is why we remind we want कि our alumni should connect to us through the Tech Melange or for any talk through the alumni cell, because our students, your juniors will also get benefited from your experience. Okay.
Definitely. So, yeah, I would like to thank the organizing team and all the teachers who invited me to this event. And this event is really close to my heart because, back in 2010, when all of our teachers asked us to initiate this fest, and we did a lot of brainstorming that how we can start up with this IT fest. And IT fest is a fancy thing in Delhi University. So we did a lot of brainstorming and lot of research, what things we can do, what are the events, and to see this event coming so far so good, it feels very proud, and I'm happy for all of you. So yes, we were the batch who started with this fest, and uh, that idea itself was a reminder of what our teachers are doing for us. So being at Rajguru was a definitely a memory that can never erase from my mind, because teachers are so motivating, and they are always pushing us to do better and to focus on the details. I remember a particular event from Dipali ma'am, especially. She was teaching us operating system, and the first question she asked us that why there's a dinosaur on your operating textbook.
This this question is every year's question, and many a times I don't get the answer till the end of the semester.
Yes. So, I mean, it's not about the question, but it's about the mindset that how much detail you should give on a particular subject when you started to, study about it. So, it's a very minute question. Does anybody knows the answer that why do we have dinosaurs in our operating system? Did you get an answer from any of the students till now? Anybody? Kanika? Do you have an answer that why we have an operating system with a dinosaur on it?
Not yet.
So, I mean, I also researched at that time, and basically, it is because of the evolution. So, dinosaurs are the evolution, and they're part of history. That's just something evolving every day. So, operating systems, if you talk about operating system, it is evolving every day. You have to, right now, just we had a talk about blockchain. So, operating system plays a lot of, important role. So everything is evaluating. You have to consider that the technology I studied at my time in 2010, it is still present, but it has evolved a lot. So what I mean to say about is that teachers in our college, they are not just teaching us the subject, but they are laying the basis. They are laying the fundamentals of what everything could revolve around. So I used to fancy a lot when Suruchi ma'am used to teach us Java. I used to fancy a lot. Oh my God, she has so clear concepts about OOPS, how we can solve a problem, how we can make a pattern. These things looked very big.
Should be
Ma'am, you
given
are
to
on mute.
students. I think credit should be given to students because students encourage us to be like we got a different different category or different the students having different skill sets. So it really prompts us to do more and more every time, like in with every batch.
Yes, and I assume that every question is important. So whenever we ask questions to our teachers, that only brings the motivation and our teachers to go a step ahead. So definitely, if you are a technology enthusiast, you have to if you talk about me as a professional, today I am 8 years of experience working in different domains. So, but I still count myself as a student because every day I am learning something. Every day I am, even if I'm building on a product, I am working on a project, I'm building a product for my company. I still have to, analyze myself, the technologies I'm working on, the method of if there is a problem, you can solve it in 100 ways. But the best problem, the solution could be only there could be a chance that your solution is the best or your solution could be less more effective than someone's own methodology. So every day you have to be a student. If you're a technology enthusiast, learning is a continuous process, that is for sure. And when I pursued my career after graduation, so I got a chance to we had a Viproverse course that we could opt for after our graduation. So at that time, I didn't decide to pursue my career in at Wipro or to pursue masters. So I believe this is the question still the third year people have in their mind, that whether they should go for higher education or they should opt for any job. But coming from my experience, I feel that even if you start a job after, straight after your graduation, you will definitely have to spend some time, have to invest your time in some company or at some course to, analyze it more. Because as Kushal said, that even if you start a career just after your graduation, so you cannot just start up with any project on your own. You will need your team. You will need people who are expertise in that, because technology is so competitive these days that you can't just start up with your idea and don't make it scalable. So to make it scalable, to make it a hit, you need talent. You need experience. So what I decided after my graduation to pursue MCA. So it could be MCA or MSc. This is a very famous question, that whether you should go for MCA or for MSc. What happens is that at some point of time in your career, it doesn't matter whether you did MCA or MSc. What matters the most is the strong basics you have. So if you have, let's say you are a coder, you are a developer, you have interest in particular language, you can't restrict yourself that you will only work in Java or you will only work in C++ or C sharp. So at some point of your career, you will definitely have to explore a lot more than what you just learned. So don't restrict yourself that I will only work as a developer and I love coding and I will only guide myself in that stream. At some point of time when you will grow, you will have 10 years of experience, 11 years of experience, and you become some lead or any manager in your in whatever area you are. You just can't you say that, okay, I'm only going to do development, where everything is important, be it your leadership, be it your process mind, how your mind process every problem statement you come across, you have to get through it. So let's make it interactive session. If anybody has any question, that because I have a limited time and I know you have a long day ahead. So without wasting time, let's have some questions if anybody has.
Yes, students, you can ask your question, whatever you have question within you, that generally you ask, ma'am, what we can, what are the job prospects after BSc? What are the packages that you generally sometimes you ask from me? What is the placement? What is the placement chances after BSc? So all the questions you can ask from your alumni, because they are well placed now and they have gone through all phases right after graduation. They also of Shipra, you had done post graduation.
Yes, ma'am. So I pursued a Masters of Computer Application from IP University after
from
this.
IP University. So you can ask questions, students.
Okay, so there's a question about the placement packages after MC or MSc. So, see, nowadays the placement packages are varying a lot. So, you can start from a 2.6 to, you can even start from 20 lakhs package. So, this is a very wide range of packages we are getting after, MSc or MCA. But I think a decent package round nowadays people are getting at least 6 lakhs per annum. But what I feel that in the starting of your career, don't just go on a company that is giving you a higher package, and you're don't set your mindset in a money won't be an issue once you get into the IT field. It is a glamorous field, I must tell you. And if you are dedicated technology enthusiasts, you will definitely land up to a very hefty package. So in the beginning, don't focus more on what are the placement, value. Focus on what the value of the technology a company is working on. So let's say you decide for a placement, and you have a set of companies that have come for your placements in your college, or you go for an off-campus placement. So when you know about a company, read about it on Glassdoor, read about the company on LinkedIn, and there are multiple portals where you can read about the company, interact with the employees of the people. You can connect with people that, okay, hi, I am looking for an opportunity in your organization, and this is the this is the stream which I have worked on, learned on, and these are the positions that I have been applying for. So with that kind of person, you can judge that, okay, this is the product, this is the services their company is working on. If it suits you, then you should apply for it. So I hope that answers the question. Short term courses, okay. So yeah, I think short term courses are very very helpful because short term courses such as for example, blockchain, the latest example that Kushal gave, these kind of courses, these kind of white papers or any research you do, this will definitely help you. Why? Because once you enter the actual working environment, you will interact with people, and when you network with people, it is very important for you to have a subject that interests you and a stream that you have studied about it. So even if, let's say, you come to a company as a fresher, and you interact with people and students around you, freshers around you, there could be, you can talk to your manager, okay, that I have worked on this and I have learned about this, can we implement in our project? So this will definitely help. Short term courses, definitely a yes for you. Okay, so how is the work-life balance in tech industry? Okay, so this is really a famous question, that how work-life balance is in tech industry. So in the initial years of my experience, the work-life balance, I didn't care. I was a free bird. I could do any much level of coding. I used to work 8:30 to 8:30, like 12 hours of work. So because I was focused that I need to learn, I need to spend my this focused time to the career, and I have to work slowly. When have your personal life, and when you grow, and then things comes into work life balance, what actually work life balance is, then I must say that this lockdown and everything, work from home, has definitely changed the definition of work life balance. So now companies are promoting that do take breaks and to take leaves, because in work from home we are abiding ourselves to take less leaves. So I think company mindset is there that maintain a particular work-life balance. In some of the industries, let's say if you're in a fintech company, in a financial technical company, then there could be a chance that you have releases, and everything is lined up so harsh that you have a different work-life balance. So that thing matters, how you're working, where you're working. So that is dependent on that. And okay, if I talk about the question, which is pursuing MSc after BSc. Okay, so to be honest, when I was studying my subjects in MCA. I myself felt that at least 60% of the course that I studied in BSc, that is the course same in MCA. That I felt, because DU has such good course, and trust me, I can vouch on that. the IP University course that we have studied in MCA is almost the same as BSc, because we have data structures, we have talk, we have everything you can think of. It's just that it's 20% extra, whatever the advanced concepts in. So definitely there are advantages of having a post graduation after just BSc, because unfortunately BSc is a 3 year course, and some of the companies they ask for a 4 year degree. So whether it be a BTech or a MC or a BSc, you have to do a 2 year course. Advantage is always there. So let's nowadays companies are also accepting BSc, but most of the people, at least they add some of the work experience. If they don't want to go for a master's degree after BSc, they at least have a 2 years of experience in the real life. All right. So I don't have any technical internship till now. So will it be a negative point? Definitely no. There you can, so if you're going for an internship, that is an advantage for sure. But if you don't get an opportunity that suits you, or you're not being able to grab an opportunity and you're applying for a job, that will not be a negative point until and unless you have something special or some special project that you can showcase that, okay, you, because see, you have to show your interest in whatever technology you're going to work. You have to show an interest that you are a technology enthusiastic, and being a technology enthusiastic, you have to uh, focus on some of the things that to start with. So it's like selling yourself to the company, but you should have some USP. So it's not a negative point, but it's better to do a course or some kind of POC, proof of concept. If you can do on your own some project that you build on your own, it's a definitely advantage, because in your internship also you're going to do some POCs or some of your own projects. So that is important. Of all the things we learn, what helps the most in our career? Okay, so I have a very good example for this. As I already told you, that you are also a student, I am also a student. Even after 10 years of passing my college, I am still a student. Why? Because there's a very driving force that helps you to keep going. So I actually thought to already tell you about this, that I try to keep myself around people who challenges me, pushes me, and teaches me. So if you do that, you are already going to excel in your career. You have already started to climb the ladder. So this is the most important thing that helps to grow in our career, to keep yourself around people and to learn from these people. So let's say I landed into a company, I have nobody to to reach out. So what I will do, I will interact with people in my organization, in my group, that okay, I have come from this background and I know these technologies. Okay, what things we are working on. So these kind of interactions helps the most. So today I'm working on let's say .NET. Day before yesterday I was working on Java. Tomorrow I might work on blockchain, or tomorrow I might work on some of the front end technology. So these things matters a lot. If you have a learning mind, then this would be helping you the most in your career. So, was I able to answer the questions people asked?
Yes, so a few of the queries are from the first and second year, because they haven't seen the college life yet. They haven't experienced the life yet because of the lockdown. So they wanted to know your college memories or the fest memories, because that was the very first tech melange you
Yes,
had. So can
yes.
you share some of the memories with us?
Definitely. So yeah, I know it's a great disadvantage that people have not been able to see the college yet, and it's the most fancy memory you will have from your student life. So yeah, that is a disadvantage right now, but you cannot just help with it right now. But okay, guys can meet sometime, or you can go organize some meeting in the college after all these things works fine. So talking about my memory, once I'm just going to quote one thing, that once I was giving an interview at this Wipro. I'm not sure this course is still there at the college or not. So the interviewer asked me that, okay, Shipra, tell me, where do you see yourself after 5 years? So I just, I was thinking, what should I answer to this person to, so that he selects me, he should be impressed with me. So straight out of my mind, I just said, after 5 years, I would be giving or taking interviews just like you. So that person asked that person laughed a lot at myself and then said, "Okay, are you confident that you will be able to take interviews after 5 years of experience?" So I said, "Why not? If I dedicatedly pushes me and work for the benefit of my career, why should I be taking interviews after 5 years of my experience?" That is the one funny thing I remember from my past experience, that um, I was not overconfident, but I was definitely confident about what I would do will be the best for myself, and I will put my 100, maybe 200%, because I am doing it for myself. I'm going to put my best foot forward. These things I remember, and I laugh a lot that okay, I answered such thing like that, and if someone now answers the same way I did, so that would be definitely a reflection of my own. I would like to just give one motto that you should keep yourself motivated, because nowadays I know networking is because when you meet someone face to face, networking is bit easier. But nowadays we all are connecting virtually, so it is little difficult for you to network with people. So what you guys can do is that, like, let's say we have this fest and you have come across how Kushal is working, how I am working. You guys can connect with all of such people and even with us on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is such a great platform. I'm not sure if there are other platforms. You guys can tell me if there is another platform we can interact over there also. But if you know about a company, let's say you know about Microsoft, so you can subscribe to their channels. They have posts that what technology would be coming in. Such kind of things will definitely help you. And because see, you don't know कि अभी market में क्या चल रहा है, what things you can अभी तक अगर if you don't know about blockchain today, now you came across blockchain, so you will definitely do some research on it. ऐसे there are a lot of things that you don't know what is there in the market, because once you are in college and once you are in this IT job actual field, there's a lot of difference. कि अभी यहाँ पर okay, अभी तक we were using jQuery, but jQuery is out of league now. There are a lot of front end technologies you're working on. So how would you know about that? Interact with people, make your GitHub's account, and participate in a lot of hackathons, because when you participate in hackathons, don't just make a team with your own friends. Make a team out of this your own shell. Make a team with someone who's working as a some engineer in some other company. Make a team with these people, because in that case you will be definitely interacting and getting to know more than what you can learn with your own friends. So just the area where you work, you should increase that area, because definitely this would be the thing that will give insights of what actual working environment is. Any chances of to get government sector in this course, as government jobs are stable compared to private sector job? Okay, so if we talk about government sector, so digital marketing, this is digital, okay? Everything is digital right now. We are connecting virtually today. So this is the best time to even go for a government sector job, because government is looking for people, technology people like us, who are ready with some ideas and want to invest their time and want to go for a job. So I'll tell you one example. We have a provident fund account, and that government is handling that provident fund account. So I interacted with a person a few days back. That person is building a application, mobile application and a web application on React, and that application will definitely application will do, it will collect the data of every citizen of India based on Aadhaar number. So when I interacted that person, there's a app called Umang app. If you know about it, it's a part of Digital India initiative. So a company person working in a company is actually working for application that government of India is buying. So even if you don't go for a direct government sector jobs, you can still work for companies which work for government of India. You know, so you are actually working for Digital India Initiative, and that is part of government sector. So there are a lot of things that you can access even if you're working in a private job. What are the types of jobs in government sector we can get after BSc? Okay, so see, I would say that initially with the 3 years of just studying graduation, the amount of jobs are little less because first of all you will not get that good quality initially because whenever someone is giving you a government or a private sector job, they will demand some of the expertise, some of the things that you already know, some of the concepts, some of the fundamentals. So if I talk about specifically about government sector jobs, there are very little less jobs, and forget about the pay scale for now. But you will get some kind of intern or some kind of what we say. I am not able to recall that word, but some kind of help. You will not get a direct job. You will get you a trainee for some time. So it's better that you do some course or you start with a, company that helps you to get some insights of the technology that is working right now. So, for example, I had a manager who worked for Delhi Metro. He worked around 6 years, I think, in this. But then he came to this private sector. So people switch their careers from government to private sector and so on. But definitely, what means a lot that you get the right opportunity. So sometimes you might be confused that how we can decide that what field should I work and what are the opportunities I should gauge on. So what happens actually when you actually go for looking for a job, you should have a clear mindset. Okay, I want to be a developer. So to start with, you should have some base. When you start with that base, you will definitely see you will filter out your choices because in the beginning you might get only two choices or three choices. So you filter out those choices and have the courage. So if you want to say no to any opportunity, you should say no to it because you know what you want and you are clear about it that this is the particular field I want to start with. But don't restrict yourself that you're only going to be a developer. You can't be a tester. You can't be doing any kind of product or owner type of work. So you should be able to switch your careers based on how it goes and how it interests you. I hope I'm answering the questions well. If there is any question that think that it needs more discussion, we can connect over it, like on LinkedIn or any other social media platform. What were the things that you kept in mind the most when you chose your career, and face what problems you face while getting the same? Okay. So the most important thing when I what I keep right today also and that time also when I chose my career, that I was clear that I want to do development. So at that time I was restricted that I'm only going to work on Java because I connected more with Java or than any other language. So I was focused that I was going to work on Java. So when I got placed at NIT Technologies in the beginning, so I went to our boot camp trainer and I specifically asked this person that, sir, please give me Java. I don't want to work on any other technology. So that person told me that, see, Shipra, these are the things we are working on. We are working on everyday platform. You will be getting preference, but don't just think that okay, if you give preference Java, you will work on Java. So what happens is that initially हमें पता नहीं होता है कि हमें क्या करना है. Then at that time we only know कि what others are working. अच्छा Java में ये concepts very clear and I will work on Java only. But after working 6 years of my experience, I worked on Java, and then suddenly when I switched my job, that company don't work on Java. Now what should I do? Should I go for that company or not? I chose to go for that company, and I'm currently working on .NET Core. So, what changed? Only the syntax change. Every programming language is competitive these days. You should be only aware of the concepts. Okay, अगर इसमें syntax class ऐसे बनती है तो उसमें class ऐसे बनती है. Only syntax is different, right? You just can't restrict yourself कि Java पे ही काम करना है या फिर C Sharp पे ही काम करना है. So that was the most important thing I kept in my mind, that okay, uh, let's go for it. If any other technology comes into on my way, I should pick it up and study about it. अगर नहीं समझ आती है, and if you think that okay, you're not very fancy, feeling fancy about it, and not interest generate नहीं हो रहा है, then you should definitely choose, and you talk to your people around it, your manager, कि I want to change my preference, and there are a lot of opportunities within the company, so don't worry about that. Okay, there are a lot of courses. How to crack any interview? Is career switching career easy? How would we choose it properly? Okay. So see, cracking interviews depends on what type of company you are going for an interview. So these days when you decide to go for a job change, don't assume that this would be a textbook that I will read and I will crack the interview of any company. These days cracking interviews depends on what company you are giving an interview for. So if I'm giving an interview for Microsoft, I would have to prepare for Microsoft. If I'm giving or interview for some other ABC company, I would have to prepare for that ABC company. Now, why this is important? Because every company has its own set of points that they judge on. Some company only wants to know if you know about the OOPS concept and some of the database concept. Some companies only want to know, no matter what technology you've learned, they only want to know data structures. So these days, if you want to crack any interview, go for company specific preparation on Glassdoor and on LinkedIn. This is a very great help nowadays. That on Glassdoor you will get a lot of questions and you can interact with people. On LinkedIn, let's say even when I joined BlackRock a few years back, I interacted with the people of the company that okay, I'm willing to apply for this position. Do you know what are the things I should focus on and what are the interview levels? So this way you can help it to prepare yourself more about that company. So just don't focus on position, focus on the company, what they are actually expecting from you. This way you will definitely able to crack the interview. Career switching is now, if specifically if you talk about today, people are switching jobs a lot these days. There was an article on Times of India that there's the term called the Great Reshuffle. 80% of the people wants to change their job these days. So it's definitely easy right now. But what is not easy is that people are, there are so much people in today's right now in scenario that they want to switch their jobs. So if everybody is trying to switch their jobs, then that means there is abundance of candidates. So how would you prove yourself that you are the best for this position, and the people who are there selecting are less competitive than what you are? So I also take interviews, and I have a lot of candidates to select and judge. Okay, they are suitable for this position or not. So when I take an interview, what I see in that person is that okay, the company or the application where you're working on, you should know about that. Even if you are a 1 year experience, you should know about the project what you worked on. Even if you are a fresher, if you have built up on your own project, you should know what was the idea and what are the technologies in and out. I'm not sure how many of you have worked on a end-to-end application, but if you work on an end-to-end application, by that I mean to say that from front end to back end, how your data is flowing, how things change across the network, how are you, what are the things you're working at front end, how you're managing your code. These are the things that important, and if you are putting a lot of effort on these things, switching career won't be that difficult at any level. And we have a few more questions that I missed, I guess. A lot of people leave the IT sector after some years and go into banks and civil services. Why is that? Is it not suitable long time career? Do we have to prepare for to go for a second career? Okay, second career, it's person's choice. But what I feel why this mindset is there that they go after some years of experience into bank and civil services might be because of the stability. So people have this mindset that private sectors don't have that much stability. But trust me, people who are working in government sector, they are actually getting bored out of their daily mundane activities. So in a government sector, IT person is there, and in a private sector, an IT person is there. They both are working, let's say, on a same pay scale, and they have some of their own advantages in their areas. But in government sector, if you're working, there are nowadays there are digital India initiatives there where you can use the different competitive technologies. But what even government of India is doing, they are giving they are giving some of the projects to some companies. They're outsourcing their work to private companies. So at the end, they are coming to private sector. So why is that? Because private sector is providing you with lot of exposure to the greater world. So if you go to a restricted organization, you will have less exposure. But if you go, widens your, if you want to widen your exposure and your areas of skills, then you should definitely explore and just don't restrict yourself. क्योंकि अभी you are at a certain age that you don't want to safeguard yourself कि नहीं I will only work in government sector and I will not go for a private sector because उसमें तो flexibility नहीं है या फिर long term stability नहीं है. It's not that. People are switching from government to private jobs. I've already told an example of a manager who worked with Delhi Metro, and then he switched to a private sector job in Bangalore. So definitely it is a suitable career, and again, don't restrict yourself. If at some point of your career, if you feel that this thing is not working, try other. You just can't say that okay, because this does not have stability, then only you should go for a second career. So if I talk about myself, I am a photographer also. I did a photography, a dedicated photography for 2 years, and I then again continued with my career in the IT sector. So you never know when a hobby turns out to be a second career, but don't think that because IT sector is not stable, only then you should think about the second career. Do you think our college makes us industry ready? Like the curriculum, is it enough? Yes, definitely. See, the college has its own limitations, and there are a set of things that they can provide you, and you can definitely give more ideas that okay, some of the colleges are giving you some insights to the real world. So you are getting internships offers within your organization companies, and you are yeah you can opt for different courses within while you're studying. So college is doing your best, but are you doing your best? Because colleges have a restricted environment and they can provide you certain things to a limit, but as a person you are not at a particular extent. You have to explore the options. You just can't see, let's say I am a citizen of India. I just can't say that whatever India as a government of India is providing me, I'm only going to focus on those things. If I have something to explore out of India also, I'm going to explore it. So as an individual, don't think that only college will provide me these stuff, only then my career would be built up in a better way. You also take initiatives and bring those initiatives to your colleges, so that will definitely help you. So it's a win-win condition for both. How should we start a career? Like after doing PG, we should be focused on getting placement. So how we could prepare for that? So see, every college has a placement cell that helps you with some sort of basics preparation for the company. Let's say Great City is coming to our college and you want to apply for that job. They will tell you that these are the people who were selected last year. You can interact with those people, and these are the questions that company shared with us last time. So these kind of help you will definitely get from a college or from your seniors. But again, I would like to highlight that focus on your own research also, because that would give you extra advantage. Glassdoor has lot of questions for every position. For every year, they are updating questions on Glassdoor, that how you can, what are the questions, what are the personal interview questions or the technical interview questions. So that will definitely help. if i feel if I feel in a company, I don't feel like I will grow more. So, do you think that it's worth the risk to leave the company, the job in that company, and find? Yes, yes, definitely. See, I definitely feel that if you're working for a company and it is not, benefiting you as a professional, it is not suiting your interest, it is not helping you to, gain more interest, and you've tried your best, go for a change. Don't waste your time over there. Connect with people and bring your network and ask them what are the opportunities. And before taking any decision, find a suitable some set of jobs that your interest is, and based on that only resign from that company and switch your career. That is never too late. I think I've answered most of the questions.
Yes, and thank you so much for joining us. All those who wish to connect with her, we'll be sharing the LinkedIn profiles. You can further connect with her, ask the questions if you want, seek the guidance of the speakers. We'll be sharing the LinkedIn profiles of both the speakers with you all so that you can get help or guidance in whichever way you want.
Yeah,
Thank you,
sure.
Shikha. Thanks a lot for sharing your time today for your college, and it was such an informative session. And hopefully, students might like to interact with you even after this
Definitely.
session. And thanks a lot, Shikha.
Thank you, ma'am, and
Thank you,
all the
thank
best
you,
to
thanks a lot,
everyone.
Shikha. It
Thank you,
was
ma'am.
really, really informative and interactive sessions. Student ask any of their doubts, and I feel so happy listening to your experience and skills. It was really motivating for all of us.
Thank you, ma'am, and all thanks to you, because you guys have empowered us in such a better way. So you guys can connect with me in any platform, and then we can discuss further, because this is a continuous thing. Okay, thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Uh, Next, the office bearers of our department have worked with utmost dedication, and we wish that the success of the event and the fest. So, I would like to go forward with the introduction of the council. So, good morning to one and all present here again. I am Kanika Gupta from third year, and I serve as the president of the department student council.
A very good morning, everyone. I am Ridhima from second year and I serve as the vice president for this year.
Good morning, everyone. I am Aditi Babbar from third year, and I am the secretary of our department.
Shreya, you are on mute. Okay. Good morning, everyone. And I'm Shreya from second year and I'm joint secretary of computer science department.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sanandita. I'm serving as the treasurer of the department. Pallavi,
Pallavi,
you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. So now am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes.
you are.
Yes, okay. So good morning, everyone. I'm Pallavi Kumari from second year computer science department, and currently I'm serving myself as a joint treasurer in the student council. Thank you.
I appreciate the efforts of the creative team led by Mimansha Sharma, who have worked day and night to bring the best out of the every graphical content. And I wish all the best to the event coordinators and the volunteers. Your hard work will surely pay off. And lastly, I would like to extend my thanks to all the participants who will be joining with us in the fest. I hope that you have a great experience with us. Thank you for all of you joining here. The registrations and the event timelines have been shared with all of you. We'll be presenting it once again. Radhima. So the events that will be conducted today are Whiz Quiz, Hard Code. The prelims and finals of the Hard Code will be done by today itself. And then we'll be having the final round of Whiz Quiz tomorrow. Ideathon as well as Cyber Hustle. in the closing ceremony, we'll be awarding the winners and we'll be letting you all know who were our sponsors and the media partners for this fest as well. Thank you so much for joining us. And
Thank you. Yes, thank you to all council members. They have organized very well organized the things today, and hopefully, and wish you good luck for your fest today and tomorrow. And I request teacher coordinators to coordinate with student coordinators for their respective events. Thank you.
thank you so
Thank you,
much.
ma'am.
Should we leave now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We'll
Thank
proceed
you.
with the events.
Thank you to all teachers. Thank you to all students.
Thank you.
Good luck for CS Council. Good luck, students.
Good luck,
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
ma'am.
students. Good luck, everyone.
Uh, Share live streaming one.
Yes.